Come on, you two. I'm just having a think about the people, persons, entities that are perpetrating all these crimes on us. And they obviously have no fear of the consequences of their actions, folks. They're not frightened of the poisoned water. They're not frightened of the poisoned food. They're not frightened of the medications or the ramifications of what they're doing. They hold no fear whatsoever. So they must have some immunity to all of this shit that they're doing, folks. I'd love to meet these fucking things. Because I think, like a lot of people say, they're not human. They're fucking beyond human. They must be. To be able to do all this and have no fear of it, whether it be nuclear, whether it be this fucking Wi-Fi, whatever. They've got no fear of it whatsoever. Maybe they're not of this world. You have to fucking weigh all this stuff up. You've got to think outside the box, try and fucking preempt what these people are about and where it's fucking leading those of us especially who refuse to go along with it and consent to it. Blah, blah, blah. But people just don't question anymore. People are numb and dumb to it all. Uncaring and don't give a fuck. We were talking to a person yesterday who told us that they now had a good supply of food, rations, medicines and stuff, yeah? And they were prepared to hightail it away from their home and into the woods, into the fields, wherever. And I said to her, where have you got all this stuff stashed? And she said, a lot of it's in the garage, a lot of it's under the house. A lot of the tins are going rusty, but I've lifted them up and they're okay. They seem okay, yeah. And I tried. And remember, me and Debbie have been nurturing this person. We met this person, this family member. Not our family member, but she's trying to protect her little family. And we've nurtured her since the lockdown, when she came to us for advice. And she's prepared now, ready to hightail it out of town and hide in the woods for this apocalyptic depopulation event that's coming that she thinks she's going to survive. And I said to her, how are you going to carry all this stuff? If they turn the cars off, blah, blah, blah. How are you going to hightail it? Where are you going to go? How are you going to survive? Can you cook a campfire? Can you light a campfire? And she was utterly deflated. You know, she hadn't thought about the consequences of her actions. You know, me and Debbie are prepared to sit it out in the home, wherever that may be at the time this thing takes place. We're not going to be running to the woods. When this thing happens and they pull this digital switch or whatever it is that they pull, we're not going to have time to hightail it anywhere, folks. Those of us that survive are going to survive where we are. We're going to see it through, if possible, wherever it takes fucking place. They're not going to give us time, and it's going to be no point running to the fucking woods. I'm quite sure it's not, folks. It's not going to happen now. People are thinking it's going to happen now. The Hollywood movies are predicting we'll all be rounded up and herded and like fucking cattle and prodded into this line, that line. It's not, folks. It's not. It's going to be a short, sharp fucking shock. And those of us that get through it will pick up the pieces and either we'll rebuild or we won't. And it certainly won't be in the fucking woods, I don't think. I'm fucking convinced, folks. There's a soft kill planned where a large amount of people will go quietly in the night in their beds. Yeah, you won't be fucking running to the woods. That's for certain. At least that's how I'm led to believe it's going to take place, folks. I don't know what your views are on it, but if you've got any plans to go and live in a tent and to drive off in your camper van, remember they're going to try and prevent all that. Yeah. So wherever me and Debbie are at the time, and to be honest with you, Debbie's in no position to run out the fucking garden gate, never mind to the woods. And I certainly can't fucking deal with that situation. So we're going to stay put, as I believe that we are intended, and try and get through it. But these people, like I said, who are perpetrating all this, they've no fear of their consequences. Yeah. Plan this for longer than we could care to remember, longer than most of us have been alive, folks. They've got their fucking house in order whilst they deconstruct ours. Right, come on, let's get back. Let's go and get Debbie up. Come on, Nell.